God's people, man, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Just enjoying this lovely, lovely morning. I just want to talk to you for a minute, Melanated. It is something that's been running through my mind for a couple of days now. And it kind of starts with people jumping on here, mostly white people, jumping on here, telling me that I don't need to be focused on melanated. But the mission statement of my channel in the description clearly states that this is a channel for the healing of melanated people. And I've done several videos letting you know that I'm sharing my spiritual journey as a melanated man in America. How can I not talk about melanated if I'm sharing my experience as a melanated man in America? And they want to put it as if it's all peaches and cream and flowery and we need to unite and do this. Well, before we can unite, you need to get out there and work on your people. I give you, for instance, of how it's different for black men in America. Deion Sanders, the beginning of the season, lost 1 or 2 games. And there were posts out there and people were writing articles and commentators were talking toxic locker room, favoritism to his kids, has no control over the team, won't win enough games to make it to a bowl. Now, the difference is, had that been Peyton Manning, and with the same record, they would have said, oh, this is only his second year. Peyton has a high football IQ. He'll get those guys together, and they're going to make it to a bowl because that's what Peyton does. And something like that. And if that's not enough for you, Big Baby. I think he's actually in federal prison now, or awaiting to go, for misappropriating a couple of thousand from the NFL. Some kind of health care or something, I think. Brett Favre steals millions. Steals them. His own, has emails admitting it. But has not done one day a time, and steals it from the poorest state and from the poorest people. One of the poorest states in this U.S. of A. And he steals from the poorest of that state. No federal prison for him. So it's different for melanated black men in America. It's very different. You see, you can't tell me or change my experience. I've been on the elevator when the white lady changes which side the purse is on to get it away from me and kind of turns her shoulder and turns her back and clutches it close to her. I'm in a nice suit, nice shoes, clean cut, shaven. But still she feels the need to do that. So there are a lot of traumas that we have to heal from. And I just think it's highlighted gravely by Deion's Sanders and how he has been treated since he's been at Colorado. He's obviously a good coach. He obviously has a good rapport with his players. We know that he has a high football IQ from his performances on the field. That wasn't all just talent. Talent doesn't take you that far. You know, talent can only go so far. But we know he has a high football IQ. But yet and still, he's constantly questioned at every corner. I had a white individual write me a email. I mean, several page, long email. If I printed it out, I'm sure it'd be 3-4 pages. About why, mainly concerning about why I should not be calling myself the chosen. It's has evil overtones, evil characteristics. I don't know what chosen he's talking about, but when I say chosen, and when most melanated spiritual people say chosen, we're talking about we're the chosen by our ancestors, and we chose to accept the responsibility of breaking the curses on our family, on our lineage. We're chosen to break those bonds and break those chains that are on our lineages by waking up and realizing what the world really is and how it really operates and how it really functions, and chosen to return to our spiritual roots of our people, to return to the true God of this earth. That's what it means. But he's going to write me this long letter about how I'm wrong. He did it very respectfully and very nicely. And I'm going to respond to him in time, but I just need time to get myself together and get my thoughts together. If you cannot look at the Deion Sanders situation and see that he is being treated differently, then I don't know what to say for you. But he's the right one for it, because he always has known how to take up for himself, how to speak his truth, and not let it get under his skin, and move on, and to perform. He is a proven performer. People tell me stuff, come on here and tell me stuff like I'm being divisive because I use melanated. I do a lot of shorts encouraging my melanated people, because we need it. We need to know that we are important. So yes, I do that. America has been so repressive to the melanated black people, it's particularly the melanated black male. But when the European types come on and talk about how they're out of Kilkenny and their Irish heritage, their Italian heritage, their Polish heritage, that's okay. They're not being divisive. I don't have anything against white people. I'm just encouraging my people and dropping a little truth along the way. That's straight fact. That Big Baby is going to or is already in prison, and Brett Favre walks around free. That's fact. That Brett Favre stole a lot of money. And he's going to get the opportunity to pay it back and not do any time, probably. I doubt if he has to pay it back, but I'm sure that's what they'll tell you. These are troublesome times that we are in. And we, as melanated people, need to come together and help each other and encourage each other and stop tearing each other down. Be supportive. And if there is a disagreement, if there is a default, then we need to do like Minister Farrakhan always says. We're going to keep that amongst ourselves. We'll discuss that amongst ourselves. We don't need to go on national TV and degrade and denigrate each other. We need to be supportive. All right, my melanated people. Peace and blessings be unto you. Touch feet to soil. Take in as much sunlight as you can. A little moonlight if you can. But most of all, and this is top-notch important, love your melanated self. Be blessed.